You have Uber, you have Lyft, right?
Okay.
The Black Wolf app. It's the same thing as Uber and Lyft. The difference is who we hire. You have the military, which is what we're high on. Law enforcement, those in the private sector, firefighters, EMTs, those who are serving, those who have the credential, the background, 4-year to 5-year minimum, those who are vetted, those who are licensed through the state.
Like licensed as far as
security credentials.
Gotcha. Okay. So
DD-14. Like those are the people who we want.
So when the driver shows up, if I did armed, is it going to be open carrying? Is it going to be concealed? Like concealed? Okay.
Concealed. So I tell all my guys, make sure it's concealed. Right. Because again, it's not something that you want to show. We're not like that.
Gotcha.
We're not like that.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Cole on the Wall podcast, and joining me today is Kerry. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Like I said before, man, this is really excited about this, man.
Yeah, so to be honest, I saw what you were working on. Yeah. A long time ago. I just saw it in passing on social, right? And I was like, damn, why I ain't never think of that? Right? that was the first thought in my head. I was like, damn, man, fuck him, dog. I was like, why didn't I think of that? But it is for people that don't know what I'm talking about. Just kind of give a brief explanation of the business and the company that you're starting that you got going on.
So let's start with the foundation. I had a client that was human trafficked.
Okay.
Had her for 2.5 years. And when I say it took almost 2.5 years for her to say anything to me, I used to open the door. She would never say hi. She would never shake my hand. And the last month I was with her, she finally spoke to me. She goes, you need to create something for people like me and my daughter. And I said, yeah, but what the hell is that? She's like, some type of transportation. I'm like, all right, cool. This is when I was in D.C., working with Secret Service and whatnot. And I came home one day and I said, what am I going to do? I want to create some type of transportation. And I just kept Googling. It took me 45 minutes. I saw somebody that can make an app. And she says, promise me you make something. And I said, okay, I'll make something for you. That's the foundation.
Okay.
I turned it into something where, we're in the security field. I've been around celebrities, and I saw how people would just gong over the drivers, and they're armed. I'm like, yo, what if I can create something that I can give back to the normal people? And that's what it was, man. So the foundation is human trafficking, but I wanted to create a source where the average American can feel safe. Uber and Lyft was they did this massive whole shooting. So that's the initial foundation.
It's interesting too, because I take me being who I am for granted in terms of being a male and so forth and so on. Yeah. And I talk to girls sometimes about, taking Ubers and just traveling in general. Yeah. I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm good. Facts. Right. But I don't think about some of the vulnerabilities that are kind of more exclusive to women. And not just women, but just anybody by and large for the most part, especially for people who don't have as much experience with, say, firearms and training and so forth and so on. So which is why when I saw that, I was like, that's actually a dope idea. Yeah. And then another thing too I liked about it is, so I'm single, no kids, do all that stuff like that. So this is gonna sound real selfish. But, when I'm out and about, let's say if I'm partying or going somewhere and I'm going somewhere, I can't take a firearm, right? But I still have to get to the destination and back home, right? So if I don't take anything with me because I know I'm going somewhere where I can't bring it in, I love the idea of having at least somebody who's transporting me to where I need to go, having a firearm. So that for me is why I was like, damn, that's a good idea.
Yeah, there's the other side to it.
Okay.
And the other side is the backlash.
Okay, so let's get into that. let's get into that.
Man, let me tell you something. So in 2023, so here's the funny part. In 2023, May, me and my video guy, man, we said, hey, let's do some videos. Let's promote it. We promoted it, right? We did one video. We did 20 videos actually. And this one particular video, I called my guy, he gave me his Rolls Royce. I said, I'm going to walk around the back. That's what I'm going to say. I freestyled that. Okay. That was not written down. That's a freestyle. I'm a rapper. But so I came around. I said what I said, blah, 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 blah. He goes, cool. I'm going to post it tonight. Let's create a TikTok. I didn't even have a TikTok.
Okay.
I didn't have an Instagram.
You probably ain't going to have a TikTok for long, but go ahead.
I know, man. It's crazy, right? I'm going to lose all my damn followers. But he posted it midnight. 7 o'clock in the morning, he calls me. Bro, we went viral. I said, what the hell is viral? He goes, bro, we got 2 million.
Damn.
So, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
9 o'clock, he calls me, bro, we got 10 million. I said, all right, that's cool. I'm thinking just views.
Yeah.
12 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a phone call from Fox. And I was like, who the hell is this? I said, exactly what I said. I said, who the hell is this? And they was like, this is such and such from Fox. Or a guy named Andrew. I work for Fox, and we want to have you on. I said, for what? Well, you created an app, didn't you? I'm like, yeah. Oh, shit, I did. And it just trickled. It trickled. I've been on every major news station, channel, maybe in the country.
Yeah.
So that was like the starting point. Now, here's the thing. I had 3,000 ride requests in the beginning. I had no cars. You know what I did? I went to Gym Analyst, went to my buddy, said, yo, I need a rental. He goes, yeah. He gave me a rental for 1 week.
Yeah.
I saved him enough money, went and bought a Chevy. And it's just that going. Now, here's the backlash, man. Here's what I did not understand what was going to happen. Me creating this, all these big security companies in the United States, all these big wigs that's been out for 30, 40 years, all these guys that want to do their own AP school, started shitting on me. Started doing this racist comments. And one dude said, I'm not going to say his name, but I'd say you off camera. But he said, this is why black men shouldn't have security companies.
Why? But I didn't understand what the point of conflict was.
So what happened was, there's a guy named Randy Travis in the state of Georgia. He works with Fox 5 Investigation.
Okay.
He's gone now, by the way, because I reached out to Lawrence Jones. And he said he was paid $15,000 by the board. There's 4 members on the Georgia board that handles all the licensing. They reached out to him and said, hey, this is guy, this is what he's doing. But he's doing it under Black Wolf Execs. Black Wolf Execs is my security company.
Okay.
And he twisted the story and said Black Wolf app is Black Wolf Execs. And when they did that, he reached out to my team, said, hey, I want to do one last story. Just want to see what you guys are doing, which was a lie. When I got there, I'm new to this. And the first question he asked me, when that light went red, so we hear you guys are operating illegally. I could not back up. I couldn't be like, what the? I had to stand my ground. Yeah. I told him what it was. It was a tech company. And he twisted the story and said, oh, you guys are operating illegally. He lost his license. So they reached out to the guy who I was licensed under and said, you better let him go. Because the guy who I was licensed under, I didn't know he was a, what is it called? He is a, basically he takes people and put them on his license and let them pay for it, but he doesn't give them work. I forgot what it's called. It's, it'll come to me. It's a, it's a word to it that they were calling him. But long story short, I have all the proof. It was all over Facebook. They have this Facebook group. And from that day, when I tell you that hindered me, I didn't get a ride for 3 months.
Damn.
People were listening to the news interview. People were hitting me up on LinkedIn.
And so this was in Georgia?
This was in Georgia.
Georgia, okay. And so that's where it's based out of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about moving to Texas now. So
I mean, just
yeah. But you know, I'm gonna wrap it up. So when that happened, I saw all the people that are in the security industry and how they felt about me.
So where's the threat? Maybe I'm naive.
Yeah.
Where's the threat? I don't see it. Maybe, like I said, I might. Okay, I've had a long day, so I don't know. Maybe
what I did was I took private driving, put into tech, took everything that I've trained in from overseas, and I just put in the app. I didn't do anything wrong. I created a platform for people. They're taking it as, okay, you're taking our people. So it's like you're having clients, right? And you have them on paper, but I just invented a computer. They're like, what is that? Oh, it's easier. I like that. And they're mad at that. So everybody's been telling me, man, you stole my idea.
I mean, I was going to tell you that.
You know what I'm saying? You stole my idea. So like I said, I've just been getting...
But my whole thing goes... Like, how many of those people? Okay, so for those that know, kind of break down how the app works, right? For people, and how the structure of everything, how that works, so that people who are watching this kind of understand, because we kind of just jumped into the pool.
So I always say, you have Uber, you have Lyft, right? Okay. The Black Wolf app is the same thing as Uber and Lyft. The difference is who we hire. You have the military, which is what we're high on. Law enforcement, those in the private sector, firefighters, EMTs, those who are serving, those who have the credential, the background, 4-year to 5-year minimum, those who are vetted, those who are licensed through the state.
Licensed as far as
security credentials.
Gotcha.
Officers, DD-14, like those are the people who we want, right? Okay. So when I developed that algorithm, I was like, okay, cool. I can give them a job. I can bring them into the space where the average person is going to feel safe. Oh my gosh, he's a cop. I already know he's licensed, and that's what I thought. I was like, okay, liability. How can I get drivers trained? Okay, I'll just hire these people who are already trained.
Because I was going to my question. I was like, how are you dealing with liability, with potential liability issue?
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we partnered with a Right to Bear, right? And then, trust me, I went through the whole thing with the insurance, and they're like, okay, is it a driver or are you doing security? So it's always, oh, you're in a gray area. It's not a gray area. It's just new. So people don't understand. So anyway, so it's like Uber and Lyft with the vetted drivers. We have Armed, we have Premium, and now we just came out with the Comfort, Black Wolf Comfort.
Okay, so what's the difference between the three?
So Armed is just the driver's armed.
Okay.
Premium, same as armed. He's just not armed.
Hold on, you say what?
So you have armed, which is the driver's arm. Like if you go in, it says armed. So the driver, he's going to come armed.
Armed, okay, gotcha.
Then you have premium. Same as the armed driver, he's just not armed.
He's just not armed, so you can request someone who's not armed.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Most people feel safe with premium.
Okay.
They're like, well, I'd rather have a premium.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
Then you have Black Wolf Comfort. The difference between these three are price.
Okay.
Price in the vehicle.
Okay. Gotcha. So same concept of like Uber Black, Uber XL, all that crap. Okay. All right. So when the driver shows up, so if I did armed, is it going to be open carrying? Is it going to be concealed? Like concealed? Okay.
Concealed. So I tell all my guys, make sure it's concealed. Right. Because again, it's not something that you want to show. We're not like that.
Gotcha.
We're not like that.
Is there in terms of, say for instance, what's the limitation in terms of the type of gun that they can carry? So are they able to have a rifle in the vehicle as well, or is it just handguns?
So all right, so that's a great question. So when we do like armored vehicles, of course we have rifles in the back. You know, some of the guys that ask me, "Hey, can I have my rifle?" I said, "Here's the thing though, you're more than likely not going to need that. But if you have a vehicle that is set up where you have a rifle in the back, I'm all for it.
Gotcha.
But it cannot be exposed. It cannot be something where somebody looks back and they get tempted to, you know. So it's one of those type of things, right? So I'm always, trust me, I've thought and overthought, you know, all these type of different scenarios. So all the vehicles have tourniquets, they have first aid kits, they all have AED, all of them are trained in all these type of things, right? Because again, it's something that I programmed in my drivers, and most of them are like, well, I've been doing that. Yeah. I'm like, again, I didn't start anything new. I'm just putting you guys on the tech road.
Yeah, and that's usually how stuff works. Usually,
correct. And not everybody's like that.
Gotcha. So there's a part of my brain I'm going into like gear crew mode. Where I'm thinking, okay, well maybe like have like a plate carrier in there too for
we have all
drop it. Okay, I was
so,
just my mind just goes, oh, what do we do? It's like a playland for me right now. I'm like, okay, we can have this and this because I'm constantly always trying to figure out how to set up my cars. Right, for those types of situations. So I can imagine that there are multitude of situations that you can probably find. So
there are, like I said, and this is just the beginning. Man. This is phase one.
Yeah.
Man, I got we have the second app coming out. I'm coming out with a third app too. It's a safety app.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to expose it too well.
No, hey, dude.
So when I go to the second app, it's going to be like Uber's, right? It's going to have rides. It's going to have security. Now, it's going to on the app, you swipe it over to security. Yeah. That's going to come with, hey, what do you want the driver to bring? So, like in my Escalade, I have a plate carrier. I have a rifle, short barrel rifle with a foldable stock. I have that put away.
Gotcha.
I have my my FN that's I have that little tool, a little magnet where the gun sits under the steering wheel. I have that. I have one under the seat. So and then you know, sometimes I talk to my riders like, hey, if anything happens, there's something under the seat. Woo. That's for the next level.
Gotcha.
Because I'm going to get into where I'm going to start training the riders. So a lot, like I said, when people make fun of me, they diss me. They're like, "You have no clue what I'm really doing. I'm going to shit on the security industry and make it way 10 times better." Right?
Gotcha. And I'm assuming more accessible. Because because there is let's talk about that from a price standpoint comparatively. Let's say how much cheaper, more expensive, or the same price wise would that be? Say like an Uber or something like that.
You ever took an Uber Black?
Yeah, that's usually what I always do.
So Uber Black, I'm maybe 10 to 15% higher.
Gotcha.
Depending on the time of day. Sometimes I'm cheaper.
Gotcha. Yeah. You know what
I'm saying?
Yeah, them surge hours are ridiculous.
Yes, sir. I don't do surge hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? So we do a set price.
Okay.
And the cool thing about my drivers is what I love about what I've created, like in California and certain states, where you go to the airport, the Uber can only go to like one destination. Like if you book a ride, he's not going to pick you up if you're right here.
Yeah.
They have to go over there. What I've created is like, no, you pick up the driver wherever the driver needs, with the rider, wherever the rider needs to be picked up. And I've gotten so many compliments. They're like, this is so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like my driver, they get out, they open the door, they close the door. Hey, you good? We have snacks in the back seat. We have waters, you know. And most of my other drivers, they have, one driver had like these little bottles of shots. And the client, I thought they were gonna, have a negative review.
Yeah.
Man, that lady said this was the best ride. I had a shot going home. I was relaxed. She says, "By George." I said, so that's what they say, by George.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
What's up.
So at the end of the day, it's like, man, what I've seen, and this is just the baby form. Like, we're creating something dynamic, and at the end of the day, it's like I'm partnering with the right people. You know, like my boy Travis here, and it's just like we're creating something. And he saw the vision. He reached out to me And this is when in the beginning, he said, yo, I love what you're doing. I want to partner up. It's the first thing he ever said to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know this brother or not. We started talking, man. And the good thing about it is he saw the vision. And that's where we're at now. Is like whoever sees the vision is going to see the value in it. You know?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, man, that's kind of like where I'm at now.
Okay. So you're getting things now established here in Dallas.
Yes, sir.
Right? So where are you currently now? So there's Georgia?
Yep. So Georgia, Florida.
Georgia. Okay. Georgia,
Tennessee.
Florida, Tennessee.
Arizona.
Okay.
And now we're open in Texas.
In Texas. Okay. So it's not just Dallas. It's just
So
Texas.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Okay.
So we're open in Dallas and Fort Worth first.
Okay.
Then it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be Houston next.
Yeah, you definitely gonna need that in Houston.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then Austin, and then possibly San Antonio. Yeah.
I just got back from Houston, so I can say I'm from Houston.
Yeah. So you know what it is.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You know what time it is.
Yes, sir. So okay, so from that perspective, and you kind of already gotten into it. So in a perfect world, what does this look like? Let's say 20 years down the line.
Yeah.
Right. What's the vision for you? And I know you kind of might have to talk around some things because you got to keep some IP.
But in a perfect world, I got it. In a perfect world, this is what it's going to look like. In a perfect world, we have Uber and you have Lyft, right? And perfect world is going to be, hey, I want to go to the store. Hey, I want to go to the gym. Hey, I want to go to the park. Mom, can you take me to practice? No, call a Black Wolf. It's going to be a necessity. It's going to be so normal that when we pick these people up, when we create the new app, we're going to have family accounts, VIP accounts. It's going to be so normal to the point where, hell, elementary kids are going to be like, yeah, I don't want to take a bus. I'm taking a Black Wolf home.
Gotcha. So essentially everybody kind of almost has their own armed private guard when they're traveling.
It's not just going to be for the rich no more. It's going to trickle down where everybody has the same thing. Like you have your people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we have Black Wolf.
Yeah.
So Black Wolf is a people-driven business. And that's what I wanted to be. So when I'm not here, people understand and know, like, yo, somebody that looked like me did it, and they did it with class.
Gotcha.
They went through a lot. That's what America's about.
Yeah.
No matter what color you are, it's like create something that everybody can use.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Like I said, I saw it and I was like, man, I should have did that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, yeah, but I love the idea. So I was just like, you know what? I was like, Peter, let's get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's have him talk about it because I like the idea a lot because like I'm that person.
Yeah.
Right. I don't like going anywhere without a gun. For personal reasons, right?
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more public than some people.
Exactly.
But
you're more known.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'd like the idea of my mom being able, if I had to put my mom was just in DC.
Yeah.
Right. And so, I put her on my Uber account and I was like, and even then I'm like worried like crazy. I'm like, don't only do Uber Black, only do Uber Black SUV. And I was like, and then I'm going to watch every ride you do because it's going to notify, you know what I mean? But then also being able to, and then she calls me, she's like, yeah, me and my friend, we were out and walking around DC at night. I was like, at night? In DC?
Now you tripping.
I was like, Mom, take your ass home.
I worked in DC. I already know what it is. So recently, the other day, there's a black chef. I don't know if you heard about it. He got gunned down in Uber.
No, I did not hear about that.
He got murdered.
Wait a minute. Did I? I think I might have.
And they emailed me. It was like, when are you coming here? They said he was a major chef. And Uber just...
Oh, was it in Houston?
Nah, he was in D.C.
Oh, in D.C. Oh, shit.
And he got popped.
Oh, so what was the backstory?
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know the backstory because they just emailed me. Some random person just emailed me, say, hey, man, listen, one of our major chefs up here, he just got killed. We heard about you. When are you coming here? Can you please hurry the hell up? I want to be a driver.
Wait. Was he... He wasn't in the Cullinan, was he?
No, he was in the Uber.
He was in Uber. Oh, Uber. Oh.
Yeah, he was in the Uber.
Oh.
And they stopped the Uber, and the Uber driver was like, oh, BKB.
Oh.
And he got popped. And the Uber driver just looked at him and was like...
Yeah, there's not much... Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to tell people is like, this is becoming a necessity, man. I got so many emails. We've gotten stuff from the Royal Family of Qatar, the Al Thanis, and I've been speaking with them for a minute. I used to work for the youngest son. And that's another thing, man. People, when they comment, they just think I'm just a black guy that came up with an app. They don't even know my backstory. They don't know my credentials. They don't know people I've been around, the Trumps.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, they have no clue who I really am, the training that I've done. So that's why, sometimes I just got to sit back and see it for what it is.
Yeah. So I think Peter just pulled it up here.
Is this the guy? He's a chef.
Yes, sir.
Do we have audio on this thing?
Yeah, possibly.
Is this it? Because they said it was Maryland. It's got to be it.
The two were injured in a barrage of automatic gunfire during what Hyattsville police described as a robbery. Jackie Benson tells us investigators now have what may be some important new evidence. We want to warn you, this story contains the sound of gunfire.
Yeah, I really got a warrant for that? Well.
Police have now located a vehicle being investigated for association with the brutal crime that injured Tobias Dorzon and a woman who was with him. Security camera video from a nearby home captured the sound of gunfire erupting.
That's not automatic.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's not. Like.
Why the four gunmen began shooting almost immediately. They took Dorzon's wallet after he fell to the ground.
NBC Washington.
You know what's crazy? He probably thought he was safe in that Uber. He probably thought he was safe because it was like, it's not my car. They don't know.
Like me and Charles were talking. It was like, here's the thing though. The good thing about the people who I hire, situational awareness, right? They know if somebody's tailing you. You know, these are things that when we go through our onboarding orientation, like these is like specific questions we ask. Like, have you had evasive driving? You know, I'm literally taking everything I've learned, even from Secret Service, from Gavin to Becker, every single thing. And I say, okay, how can I make it better? Then I'm partnering with people like, hey, you know stuff I don't know. Like, you're good with guns. You're way better than guns with me. Like, I'm a rifle guy. I don't like handguns at all. So when I saw that video you doing handguns, I'm like, man, fight it.
So the funny thing is, I always tell people that it's like you're one or the other.
Yeah.
Right. You're either really good with handguns and you're kind of okay with the rifle or decent with the rifle, or you're really good with the rifle and you're decent with a handgun. Yeah. I've met very, very few people who are exceptional with the rifle and exceptional with the handgun.
Oh,
that much I can say.
Thank you.
Shut up, Peter.
Not me. I ain't lying, bro. Not me. Nope.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I'm really comfortable with the handgun.
Yeah.
But if all else fails, I'm always way more comfortable going through life with a rifle. Yeah. Right, like so my mindset is always like, how do I need to get to a rifle?
Yes, sir.
Like that's my mindset.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that's just because I understand the capabilities of it. You know, the force multiplier that it gives me as one person. But yes, I do a way more handgun shooting than I do rifle. Yeah, so that's interesting, man. It's. I'm wondering now, like maybe start having up armored vehicles.
So a lot of people always ask me that. So that's something that's going to be in phase 2, right? Which is called Horizon 2 for us.
I mean, I know that creates a whole different dynamic, right?
So those are more going to be contractual.
Okay,
like those are when we have those clientels that can afford it. They're going to come and say, "Hey, listen, this is what I want," and we're going to give them a package. Like, okay, you can get your own vehicle. We'll give you the driver, because you feel comfortable with it. We'll design it for you, set it up how you want to. Or again, once we're established like that, and we buy like 2 or 3 in each city, there'll be, you know, a certain driver has to drive that. It's only be 2 drivers. For driver's sake, the other one can go in. And you know, familiarity with the rider, with that driver. So that's a whole different ball game, because me and you both know, one, those vehicles are extremely heavy.
That's
2, if we come against a person who knows about armored vehicles and know where to shoot to close those doors in, because that's what we were trained on. It's like, you know, so it's like, but normally you don't really find that. Normally,
I didn't even know that. No, because I started going down the process, because I had a couple companies reach out to me. They're like, hey, we want to up armor your G-Wagon. And so I started looking into it, and I'm like, man, can I really live with an up armored G-Wagon, right? Like in my brain, the thought of it is cool as shit. Like, I get to run around. Bro. But the more I started realizing the reality of it, not so much, right? And so then I started realizing like how heavy they are. Wear and tear, right? Like how expensive they are in terms of upkeep, so forth and so on. And so I was just like, okay, maybe this wasn't.
Bro, because listen to me. There are certain things that you could do to an armored vehicle. Like if I have a 7.62, like I know exactly where to shoot.
Okay.
And I'm not shooting at the windows.
Care to share?
Because you can't shoot through it. Well, put it like this: if I have a 7.62 and I know you have a level 3, level 4, you know, armored vehicle, right? You're not going to shoot at the doors. You're not shooting at the windows. You're not going to. You're not getting through. There are certain things you can do. There's certain places you can shoot, like the seals in the doors.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna trap you in it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're really thinking like you want to do harm to somebody,
but you would have to immobilize it though first, wouldn't you?
Yes, you do. You know, but like I said, if you're a good shot. Let's say I'm riding beside an armored vehicle. I already know what I'm doing. I know who built it. I know everything about it. I'm like, all right, I know exactly where I'm going to shoot. If you have run flats, You dig what I'm saying? I mean, of course, the engine bay is all covered up, but there's one place that's not covered up. I know exactly where to shoot on the tire.
We're going to have a conversation now. Off camera, we're going to have a little conversation so we can...
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So like I said, so there's certain things. The best type of vehicle to armor, I learned this overseas, are those similar to like the Toyota 4Runners. Like those are the best things
Oh, shut up, Peter.
Yes, sir. That's my 4Runner in the garage right now.
Yeah. 4Runner whore. Like,
hey, I'm just saying.
Those are the best things you really want to armor up. But of course, people don't want to ride in those.
Yeah.
They want to ride in them heavy ass Escalades and this and that. And it's like,
okay, so then why are those the best? Because my thought process is, I always thought the G would be the best because it's already kind of built for it, more or less, right?
Yeah.
Especially from a suspension setup.
Yeah.
So why the 4Runner?
Well, one, it's a lot lighter. Even when you armor it up, it's a lot lighter. It's better for mobile. It's better for shooting. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? And you can move that bad boy a little bit quicker, and it's more accessible. You can move through it a lot faster than you can with an Escalade. And you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just to the point where it's like, man, it has so many variables. You know, like a person would say, well, why would you, like, put it this way, you have a handgun, another person has a rifle. Who's going to get shot first?
Probably the person with the rifle.
Exactly. Okay. But a person with a rifle, no, hell no. They'd be like, well, why? Well, having a rifle is more powerful. Like, yeah,
it's
but
also faster to get up on target.
Exactly.
I mean, start slower to get up on target.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's really POV, to be honest with you. So, but no, I mean, the main reason why people, want the Escalades, because America says that's the better choice. That's just what it is. But if you go overseas, you're not going to see any Escalades or G-Wagons or nothing like that. You're going to see those
gay 4Runners.
Hey, we don't identify as that.
I will say this much. Those new GX.
Yes.
GX 550s are beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, they're gorgeous, man.
They're perfect to armor. Perfect. So,
okay. Note to self.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So basically, you're the movie Man on Fire, basically.
Yeah, more or less.
Hey man, listen. I remember when they did that on the news. It blew me away, right? And Denzel's son reached out to us. He said LOL on one of the posts. He said, "Now this is funny, LOL." I said, "Hey man, ain't that buddy from the show with The Rock?" And because it was weird, because I was that little white girl, right? And I know her father very well. We're very close. And when we were doing it, I wasn't thinking about Man on Fire. I'm thinking about. So whenever I do videos, I'm always putting myself in the writer's position. What do they want to see?
Yeah.
How can I communicate with them? There's no video you've ever seen that's scripted, even if it's funny.
Yeah.
I literally call my guy, this is what I'm going to say.
Oh, so now you're a fucking comedian. No, go ahead. I'm fucking with you.
We won't talk about my ass and shit. I got something for you. But everything is scripted. Everything is organic. Nobody has invested in me. A lot of people ask me, man, I know you got an investor. No. When I say I took my money and I put it into this, and there are days, bro, I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you right now, there are days I wake up, I cry. I'm like, God, why would you give me something so powerful, but it's so stressful, so hard?
Yeah.
I'm being talked about. They're making fun of me. They're telling me I'm not going to make it. They're talking about my kids. They're calling me N-words. They want to hang me. People on LinkedIn, and there's a company called ASIS that put my name in on their thing, and they made a big post about me and said, see this guy, don't be like him. He's making us look bad. He doesn't have any credentials. He got in trouble, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy on LinkedIn reached out. He said, listen, man, I know you don't know me, but I want to let you know these people are talking about you. He goes, but fuck them, because a lot of these guys are just hallway security guards. They wish they had what you got. I said, no, the hell they don't. You trust me. You don't want these problems over here, because it's like I've had people turn their back on me that said, oh, you my dog. Like, ever since I got into this, God has shown me like who's really for me. Yeah. And I think that's the heartache of it, because I'm going through the journey. So when people see it, man, you're going to be good. You're going to be this. Man, please. I don't feel like it.
I mean, as the saying goes, though, if it was easy, everybody would do it. So. Yeah. Or as one philosopher once stated, I believe his name is Young Jeezy.
Okay.
It's like you take the good with the bad. The Porsche came with the Jag. So, so on that note,
Jizzle, yeah,
cry me a river, motherfucker.
Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, though, like I think I love the idea.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no problems for me, even though I'm mad you stole my idea. Right?
We can work together.
But I really do. I wish you all the best, man. I wish you all the best. I'm going to be utilizing the service personally. So
I'm going to be here to pick your ass up. Don't worry about it.
Hey, that's good. Just, make sure you show up in that armored
the Lexus.
Four-way.
Gay 4-way. Gay 4-way.